Man, I'm getting chilled. I don't even want to do the video anymore. All right, let's lock this one up. Uh, wow, I don't want to do it. We need to stop this shit. Hi, I'm Larry Lawton, America's biggest jewel thief. Join me as I walk you through my past robberies, how I planned them, executed them, and ultimately got caught. I'm going to show you how we did things in prison, like making a tattoo gun, making wine, making white lightning. It's going to be very educational. These are the untold stories. Hi, everybody. I was reading an article in the newspaper by James V. Cook, and it brought back a lot of emotions that I really thought I buried. I'm just going to read a portion of this, and then we'll get into it. Of all those who have festered in Florida's abusive, underfunded state prison system, the youngest and the oldest inmates have it worst. You've got to fight, one teenage client told me. You just got to. Otherwise, you're going to end up as somebody's lunch. Some young inmates had no prior felony convictions when they went to prison. Youthful bravado and immature judgment conspired to keep these kids in a world of pain. They will step out into the sunshine old before their time, with tattoos and missing teeth, and they will soon go back. This was done by James Cook, who is a attorney in Tallahassee, Florida, civil rights attorney. And why this article got me mad, it brought me back to a place when I was writing writs, and not only being beaten, which you all know about, which I'm going to talk more about, was what happened to a young man who was in a cell next to me. And this is when I realized how bad the prison system was. I'm in Atlanta, one of the worst prison systems in the world. And Atlanta has approximately 2,000 inmates. They had about 800 lifers, 800 and something lifers. 200 of those people are psychopaths. So I don't want to get confused here. The psychopaths are just that, psychopaths. And trust me, I don't want them living out in this world next to you or anybody you know or in a community, because they're gone. But they're mental patients. They shouldn't even be in prison. They should probably be in a mental hospital. Even for the criminally insane, they should be in one of the two. Well, what got this is going, I remember when I was in prison in the hole in Atlanta and taken off the plane and stuck in the hole. And I'm hearing the screams. I'm hearing the people up and down the tier. Some screaming, I mean, really, that gives you chills. I'm talking people screaming for their life, crying. I'm talking about men, and you're hearing them curse to nobody, banging on doors. They used to do what they call door knockers. They'd be banging on doors. People flooding their cells. They would stuff stuff in their flood and keep flooding till the whole tier would get flooded. Obviously, the guards would get irate and out of control, and this is what would happen. Well, they ruled with an iron fist. Now, what happened was, I was in the cell, and I'm alone in my cell because I come off the bus. They didn't know what kind of inmate I was going to be, and they didn't know if I was going to be very violent, very dangerous, or I had somebody on the line on the yard, what they call a separatiste, that I had a fight with at another prison, or I was a gang affiliated. I wasn't any of that. I had none of that, but they don't know it. I had to go to what they call captain's review. When you go to captain's review, he reviews you, gives you the intimidation talk, don't fuck around on my yard. This is my prison. You mess around this prison, it'll be the last thing you do. Little did I know how true that was. I'm in my cell, and I'm there for about 3 days. And you get fed, you start getting their routine, that prison's routine. And of course, inmates who run the orderlies. The orderlies of the prison, that means the guys who clean the floors and stuff, are inmates in the hole or SHU, Special Housing Unit, or the hole. Well, as I'm in there, I got to know the people, and I'm starting to talk through the door, asking, hey, is this guy here? At that prison, it was, hey, was Vic Arena here? Vic Arena was there, and that's how I had a note, as I told you before, that I had a suitcase and bring to him. But was Vic Arena? Yeah, okay. What unit is he in? He's in B house. Okay, you get to know who's in D house, B house, A house. Charlie house in Atlanta was the whole. So you get to know all this stuff. And while I'm sitting in there, I got to talking to the neighbor next to me. And you get to talk to people. And when I say talk, you talk through a vent. I can literally go up to the vent and talk like I'm talking to you at this camera. I can literally talk to someone across the vent and say, hey, man, what's up? How you doing? Oh, man, hey, where you from? What you doing? What's your charge? You usually don't ask that, but you get to ask that. What are you in for? Yeah, drugs. I got 30 years. Or, hey, me, I was racketeering. I got 412s is what I would say. So as all of this is going on, you get to know the guy next to you. So I hear the guy cursing at the guards at the door, and that's common. I mean, you start going crazy in a cell. Now remember, you're in an 8-foot by 10-foot cell, sometimes alone, sometimes one, sometimes two people. Sometimes three people could be in that cell with you, in that little 8-foot by 10-foot cell. It's got a toilet, stainless steel toilet, sink, and a bunk bed. And if there's three people, somebody's sleeping on the floor. And now you're in this cell. You want to talk about getting along with people. If you don't get along with people, you might fight to the death in that cell. Literally fight to the death until someone is down and out and the guards come running and a guy beats somebody so bad that he either stops or doesn't. And that has happened. So I'm in the cell, and I was alone though, and this guy was alone next to me, and he was starting some argument with the guards, telling me, fuck you, go, fuck yourself. So all of a sudden you see the lieutenant comes down. The first thing the lieutenant comes down to the lieutenant's shoe, comes down. I'll never forget, it was Cartret. So he comes down, he says, you better shut up in my prison. My prison, that's the way they call it. It's like their prison. He goes, you better shut up in my prison. You better start treating my guards with respect. And the guy go, fuck you, and all this shit. And I know, oh shit, something's going to happen to this dude. I saw it in Lewisburg when I was in the prison before, when shit happens in the hole. Now in Atlanta, the hole was different because you had 2 tiers, and they were long hallways, and they had a control center in the middle of the whole entire pod in the hole there. So anyway, it gets quiet for a while, and I'm hearing the guy, and he's talking, fuck these people, man. You're going to see Lawton. These people don't give a fuck about you. And obviously I did learn that, but here he's talking to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's really starting to go crazy. And you got to remember, when a dude is in the hole, you start going crazy. You start literally talking to yourself. You start thinking of your life. Is it worth living? Will you get out of here alive? There's so much stuff that goes through your mind. I've contemplated suicide. I mean, I've contemplated trying to take out a guard or something of that nature and literally leave this planet because you don't think you're going to get out of prison alive. Now, again, the reason I'm telling this is because that article triggered me, and the article triggered me about the young and the old. Well, this kid was a young guy. That's what triggered this. He had to be 21, 22 years old. And you get to talking to him. He's a kid, and he talks like a kid. You can see he's got anger in him and stuff of that nature. At this time, I'm 30, maybe 35 years old. I'm in about a year through in the process, getting the process, pre-trial, stuff and that, and then going to Lewisburg, going on to Con Air. After Con Air, going to Oklahoma City, doing all of that. And I'm kind of getting there, knowing about the prison system, hearing what prisons are bad or good. So I end up going with this kid, talking to him. So after the lieutenant comes down, I see the captain come down. Okay, now it's big time. Here's the captain of the prison. Now, in prison, a captain is the head of security in a prison. The warden is the head of the prison. Then they're what they call the administration end of a prison. So they're the administration, and then you have the security end, and the captain is the head of security in that prison. So here's the captain. He comes down. He reads the riot act to this young kid. And this kid's defiant, man. And I'm listening. I'm right next to this guy's cell. So I could hear verbatim what he's saying, they're saying. And they even bring down, okay, so they try. Who do they bring down? They bring down a chaplain. Listen, they tried that, and they brought down his counselor, his unit manager and his counselor. And they couldn't get through to this kid. And now I'm realizing, what's going on? Why is this kid going crazy? I don't understand why the prison doesn't understand this guy's going crazy. He was in the hole a lot longer than me. I got there and was put in the hole after getting off the bus for captain's review. He was in the hole too. I don't know how long, but he was in there a long time. So all of a sudden, I hear a whole bunch of commotion on the tier. And I hear people screaming, banging doors at the other end of the tier. And why is that? Because they see the goon squad coming. The goon squad in prison is the guys that come in with the shields and the helmets and the big billy clubs or whatever they're going to come in. They actually come in all geared up, and I mean they're monsters. They got to be 6'4", 250, 300 pound, huge dudes, and they all come in. Now, I know what happens because later on, and I told the stories, and I'll be telling them again, that they rush your cell. You end up starting to fuck with them and know what they're going to do. Well, this kid is cursing them at the door, and they're telling him to lock up. Yeah, okay, he's going to lock up. When they tell you to lock up, you have to turn around, put your hands behind your back, and get cuffed up through the food chute door. So sure enough, this kid's not doing it. And I hear them, at this time, later in years I got in prison, they used to cover the windows. That was later, because what happened was everybody along that tier and the opposite side and everything else would be at their window looking at what's going on. You're hearing all the commotion. That's why the dudes at the other end of the tier are banging on the door. And they're doing that, and that's an inmate code. That's inmate code that something's going down. Get up on the window. Let's all witness this. Let's at least all see what's going on. And you hear the hooting and hollering, screaming, and the tier, it's getting really ruckus. And sure enough, I hear them. Now, they're right next to me. I mean, literally, his cell is next to my cell. There's what they call a pipe chase in between. And that's where my toilet's here, his toilet's on the other side, and there's a pipe chase. It's in a wall, and that's where they control the waters to the toilets and your sink and everything else. And where the vent is on top, and you could talk to me. I'll actually stand on that, and you could talk in that vent just like I'm talking to you right now. So anyway, they go in. I hear them. Okay, we're going in, and I'm literally at the door, and there's a bunch of people out in front of the cell. So it's not like it's just one guy or even the goon squad team. There's a bunch of people, and all of a sudden you hear the door open. Boom! You hear like you just hear people moving. Bang, bang! You hear crack, crack. They're in there. You literally heard them beating this guy. The thuds. Now you got to remember the vent is up right here on top above the sink. So my door, I'm looking out. Over here's the vent where I talk to him. He's there. I'm hearing the thuds against this dude's body. I mean, boom! And you could hear like a person getting hit. The thuds and him screaming, just screaming bloody murder, screaming. All of a sudden, I hear snap. It was like snap of wood. They broke his leg. They broke his leg, and it got quiet. I think he passed out. It got quiet. His leg snapped this way. He came off of anyway, all of a sudden it got quiet. Everybody's moving around. All those guards come out. He had to be out, knocked out or whatever, passed out. He was totally out. And I'm watching. I can only see people going by my cell. And I see them when they come out of the cell. They went in the cell and they had him on a stretcher. His legs, if you were laying flat on a stretcher, he was laying flat and his leg was this way. So if your two legs were this way, one leg was like, I don't know, if your legs were like this, one leg was just like this. They snapped his leg. In fact, you heard his leg hit the door jam when he came out, and all you heard was a dude go, "Watch it!" And that was one of the guards talking about this dude. He was out. He was passed out. I mean, knocked out, passed out, whatever he got. And he came out. They snapped this young kid's leg. And the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to be telling these untold stories, and I'm going to be telling what goes on in prison, is because it's getting me mad again. It's getting me, angry, and it's getting me to the point where, okay, we got to do something. All of you guys, all of the followers on this channel, all of the people out there, trust me when I tell you something. Please don't go look at TV and look at these people like they're some kind of beautiful people. And now listen, I'm going to get this straight. Don't get me twisted either. Not all guards are bad. I always emphasize that because there was a guard, a big black dude who saved my life. He kept me sane when I was going really crazy. But I'm not saying that as that happens. That dude's article that I read, and I read that this morning, and that's why I'm doing this today. It made me sick because our system is so broke. And right now, as you're watching this video, somebody in prison is getting abused. And it could be getting abused by a guard, but getting abused by another inmate, sexual abuse or whatever it is. But in prison systems, the prison guards lose it. Now, they have no business being in there. We know that. And it drives me nuts to say, what is going on? How are we going to stop this? What can we do to fix this prison system? This channel is going to help me do that. All you guys out there are going to help me do that. We're going to mobilize. We're going to start doing letter writing campaigns. We're going to do whatever we have to do. We're going to make this the best channel on YouTube to get information about the prison system, about the criminal justice system. You know, it's giving me the chills right now thinking about that young dude. Now, I don't know if that dude ever even walked right again. There's no way he walked right. Whether they broke his leg, it was near the knee area, so I don't know if they just snapped it right at the knee area, or it was in the lower leg area. And I remember, and I will never forget that sound of his bone snapping like a twig. It snapped like a fucking twig. And they must have laid his leg up against the wall and snapped it with their leg, with their foot. And, you know, I'm not here, again, I don't want to bash people. I talked to some dudes, even on this channel, that went law enforcement, but they know it was wrong, what happens. I'm here to tell the truth. Anybody you want to debate me about the prison system, please. I will bring you into the prison system and show you where they're messing with people. And I'm going to get into a bunch of stuff where they have what they call the ACA, the accreditation people. You know, where they, Association of Accreditation. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. They give an organization a month to get ready for an inspection. I live in a community right here where the county jail, they actually number and date the air filters, and they only use these air filters for inspections. That's a fact, and that came to me from a guard at the county jail where I live. The Brevard County Jail in Florida is one of the worst jails in the state of Florida. There is no humanity in there. Listen to this. They don't even give women sanitary pads. Think of that. Any one of you out there, women who watch this, men, a woman has her time of the month and they won't give her sanitary pad. I have stories coming to me all the time of what goes on here, and it happens in a lot of the jails. I'm not just singling this jail out. There are jails, again, that could be run right, but I think it has to do with the humanity of the people who run these places. I still boggles my mind how the guards that broke that dude's leg can go home to their family and say, oh, I had a great day at work. Oh, you know, I'm trying to help people. I don't get it. It blows me away. And as I'm doing more of these videos, memories are coming back to me. And I mean deep memories and more stories. And I'm sitting here flooded right now with a ton of videos in my head of friends of mine that are dead. Friends of mine that were beaten half to death. My own abuse when a guard took his penis out and pissed on my face. Man, I'm getting chilled. I don't even want to do the video anymore. All right, let's lock this one up. Wow, I don't want to do it. We need to stop this shit. Anyway, people, I really appreciate everything that's going on. We're gonna have a great time in this channel. This channel is gonna be a great entertainment channel. I hope I don't shock people with any of this stuff. I hope you know where you're at. I was just laughing this morning, writing down all the videos I'm going to make. And the videos I'm going to make are some crazy stuff about some robberies and some crimes that I committed and acts I did. I know last I did a video about Mark Randazzo, the cruiserweight champ of the world, the boxer. I'm going to do those. So I'm getting the gaming videos all intact. We're going to do every Thursday and every Sunday. Videos are coming out, and we're going to throw videos in. We're also going to do, and this is happening no matter what we're going to do is I'm going to do a live show once a month so people can get questions and ask me anything you want. Listen, I really hope and pray some guards or wardens or people who want to come on and debate me, or even political people want to come on, and I'll show you how to fix the prison system. And I mean that. And I'm not just saying that. I will show you how we can make the prison system a better prison system. And it's crazy. And obviously, I get questions all the time. So I want to keep it going. I got a whole gaming video series coming. That's going to be fun as hell. Lots going on, everybody. So I really want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Check out the links below. There's a lot of great stuff in the links below. The books are almost done. Get your book now. 3,000 signed copies. Boom. Let's keep this thing going. Listen, I love you all. I really do. I'm loving the channel. Loving the support. Check it out. You can go to my website. You can donate if you want there. You can donate on the YouTube page. Or you can, like I said, go right to my website, realitycheckprogram.com. realitycheckprogram.com. Check it out. Man, on this day, I really want to say a prayer for those poor dudes right now being abused in a joint. And I don't get like that much, but this one hit me. The memories flooded back. When I read that article, I couldn't get it out of my head all day. So, and this is good. I guess it's therapy for me, and thank you for listening. Really appreciate your help, everybody. Check it out. The links below have a lot. Suggestions that we love. Check out the merch. Check out everything. You know, we're doing a lot. Instagram. Please go on our Instagram. We have some great pictures. I got great pictures of me in prison with other people and my life. I'll be interviewing my son. That's coming next. That's going to be a great video. So lots going on, man. You guys are going to have a great time in this channel. I hope you keep supporting us. Hope you pass the word about a great channel. That's going to be very educational, very entertaining. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Love you, man. Peace out.